Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? It's Amanda Ellis. I do hope that you're well. This is recorded March 2024, and in this video we're going to be tapping into the wisdom of Kali Ma and Lilith. I have channeled both before. I will link those videos below, particularly the Lilith one, which went down really well maybe over a year ago, and I haven't revisited the Lilith energy until now. You may also have seen another recent video that I did with Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary and Quan Yin. I decided to split this work though into two separate videos just because it was getting a bit long, the other video. So let's dedicate this video then to Kali Ma and Lilith, and we're just going to dive straight into it. As I said in the previous video, this piece of artwork that you can see in the background to this video is actually from my Christ Consciousness Self-Mastery Oracle deck, and it is the depiction and the card which is linked into being open-minded, expanding into new ideas, new thoughts. What can we learn from different energies, different ascended masters? So that beautiful depiction of an older woman is there today just to remind us to keep an open mind at all times with regards to different teachings, particularly from beings and energies that you might not have much association with, or there may be a whole load of baggage that they come in with, which society might have dumped on them wrongly often. Certainly the case with Mary Magdalene, but also true of Lilith. And I think we'll start with Lilith actually. So let's get down to it. And I've just actually opened my Wee Moon diary. And this was from February the 26th, so a week or so ago. But there's a lovely little couple of lines here from somebody called Arlene Bailey, who wrote this in 2018 with regards to Lilith. I am all the things they told me not to be, all the things they told me I could not be. Standing in my sovereignty, I reclaim all I am. I am Black Moon Lilith, let the revolution begin. So I love that. Hold on, I feel as though I've got a bit of lipstick on my teeth. Hold on. You see, that feels very Lilith as well. The whole thing about you don't have to be perfect. You know, you can go out with lipstick on your teeth if you want to. Would anybody really judge you? Probably not. Right, let me just put a little bit more lip gloss on. And yeah, I feel like I want to do this in this video. Actually, this happened last time I channeled Lilith. I'm just remembering what I'm doing. I had to brush my hair. Do you remember? Yeah. Anyway, today I'm doing this instead. Sorry if it triggers you, but you know, that's the whole Lilith energy. Sorry for being a strong woman. That's very much Lilith, you know? Get over it type energy. Right, there's another beautiful poem here, also from Arlene Bailey. I'm just doing this to get us into the whole vibe of Lilith before we really bring her through. Okay, it's called Dancing with the Dark Goddess. Not all are called to walk the edge between the worlds. For those who are, who dare to risk, magic awaits. Not easy, wave your pretty wand magic, but magic that is deep and rough, pulling and tugging at your very existence, plunging you into the deep, dark, murky waters of all feelings from all times. Not all are called to dance with the dark goddess, but for those who are, a day will come when travelling between the worlds of dark and light will be a profoundly juicy journey of depth diving into the shadowy recesses in order to purify, mature and perfect that which is the deepest of all mysteries, the soul of a woman. I would also say the body of a woman. So Lilith. Over a year ago, I channeled Lilith. I honestly can't even remember what came through in that video. I deliberately haven't rewatched it. I just want to tap into her energy again now. And let's see what she has to say. I always wanted to say, what doesn't she have to say? What doesn't she have to say? Here is an energy that has been suppressed for so long within the world and within us as women. It's as though it hasn't been safe or appropriate to show our inner Lilith for so many incarnations that we've had here on planet Earth. But right now and going forward, you're going to feel and you're going to hear and you're going to see more and more women, hopefully including yourself, stepping more into their Lilith power. What does that mean? It's raw, unbridled passion for life, for herself, for the sisterhood, for what it means to be a woman. Lilith represents the deepest, darkest desires, the deepest, darkest wounding, the deepest, darkest judgments, that which is unsaid, that which is unexpressed, that which is shunted off into a corner as unacceptable and not what a woman is. Who made up the rules in terms of what a woman is the first thing I hear her say. Who made that up? Men made that up. From the very first juncture of my appearance, I was suppressed. I was silenced. I was banished. I was replaced because I was not what I was supposed to be. I did not sound like what I was supposed to sound like. I did not look like I was supposed to look. I did not feel like I was supposed to feel. From the very first breath, from the very first juncture, it was as though I was abandoned. She's showing me here the analogy of how it felt, being regarded a bit as the runt of the litter. Wrong, wrong, wrong. That which is not understood, that which does not look as is expected, is not wrong, it is just different. Different is good. Different is challenging to those who wish to stay in a box. It's important to be different, more now so than ever. She's saying as we blindly go down a timeline of greater technological autonomy and homogenization of what it means to be human, never before have humanity and the female within needed to break out of the box now. Now, before they put you into another box inside a box. So she's showing the energy of two things: a jack in the box, but equally boxes within boxes. So it's as though the feminine principle, all aspects of what it is to be female, including the more shunned parts, the bits you're not supposed to talk about or show, have been boxed in for years. And she's saying there is a growing trend to put that box into another box, to box it up, to tie it up, to put it into she's now showing me what are they called? A time capsule, whereby in the future, she's taking me to a timeline, which is robotic and AI in nature. It's only one potential timeline, she's saying, but it's one of the more worrying timelines that humanity could go down. And she's showing me this half human, half automated being that discovers a capsule planted generations ago. And these beings unwrap this time capsule in a laboratory type situation, remove the items from the time capsule, and there are photographs there of women in showing all of their femininity, voluptuous energy, a very curvaceous feminine form, sensual. I keep hearing the word voluptuous, but voluptuous doesn't have to mean that you have big boobs. It's to do with a energy that you have within you, that I am a woman, and this is what a woman looks like. And there are these artifacts that go with that. What makes you a woman? Menstrual products, tampons, sanitary towels, makeup, I don't know, whatever it is, ribbons I'm being shown, bracelets, adornments, clothing, colours, potions, lotions. I'm wanting to repeat that, but these are steeped in feminine wisdom, herbs and oils and feminine wisdom in potions and lotions, what it means to be a woman. And these beings in this laboratory, half human, half automated, are just looking at it like it's a foreign world. It's like, what is this? And what this is what it was to be female. She's also shown me a hammer. And this hammer represents how hard women fought to smash through glass ceilings, to shatter the old patriarchal thinking, to hammer home their message. It's not an object of violence, it's an object of strength and force. She says you cannot allow this timeline to happen where what it is to be a woman is relegated to the annals of history and dug up as some specimen of what was. Not on my watch, she says. Not on my watch will this be allowed to happen. That you can be a woman, you can be female, and the energy of wild abandonment, freedom, sexuality, coarseness, I'm hearing. What do you mean by coarseness? Just saying it as it is, calling it out, being direct, hammering home your point, speaking up. Needs to come to the fore. These are not masculine qualities. Correction, these are not exclusive masculine qualities. She's talking about playing dirty, not because she wants to, but because that's where we are in our world. That the old patriarchal energy that has kept me chained and strapped down for generations will do everything to keep those shackles in place unless you fight back. And she's showing me her claws, fingernails. She's not advocating for violence. This is just a piece of symbolism with regards to strength. But she's showing me the strength of a man to dominate, to be stronger physically, but yet the woman has an ability to, I'm being shown fingers in eyes. As I say, it's not asking anyone to do that. It's just, she says, you're in the fight for your lives. You're in a fight for survival of the female species is in a fight for survival. Get real. Yeah. I'm saying to her, but women are scared. Women are scared to speak up. Women are scared, Lilith. She's saying that's why I'm here. I get the impression that she's calling strong women to stand, to speak for other women who can't. She knows not all women can. She knows the oppression that is out there, the suppression, the dominance, the dirtiness, the depths to which the patriarchy will go to cement their rule. But they will not win. She's saying, I'm just trying to wake women up to where we are at right now at this juncture. I just get the impression from her that the fight ahead is not a pretty one. It's going to take strength and determination and fortitude for women to come together. And I feel at this point I'm going to bring Kali Ma in, because I feel as though the both of them, in fact I've got three energies here. I've also got Shakti, which I'll tune into in a moment. I've got Shakti, Kali and Lilith. It's like a trio of very strong energies that are calling for us as women to be tapped into. This aspect of our being is as important as the other trio of feminine energies I brought in video 1, Mother Mary, Quan Yin, Mary Magdalene. It's time for the union of all aspects of what it is to be feminine to be expressed upon this earth in a body. That you are both Lilith and you are Mary. You are both Kali and you are Quan Yin, etc. I want to go to this Shakti energy now. I just want to Google what it says about Shakti, because it's not something that I've tapped into before that much. Shakti means power, energy or force. Shakti is always depicted as feminine, often personified as the goddess. Fundamental cosmic energy and a central deity. Okay, Hinduism. Right, Let's just try and tune in to what I get. You see, an uncomfortable message I'm getting from this is that, and this is triggering, okay, so trigger alert, trigger alert, trigger alert, that the collective feminine energy is complacent. Not in all parts of the world. In some parts of the world, they are screaming for change and out on the streets demanding it and doing acts of complete heroism and bravery to fight for education for their daughters, etc. But in other parts, and it has to be said, particularly the West, there is a complacency. I'm being shown the energy of a horse race, which is interesting because in the UK, of course, the suffragettes who won the vote for women, Emily Pankhurst, threw herself under a horse, didn't she? But anyway, I'm being shown a horse race, and it's as though we've got so far and then the horse has just stalled, the rider's stalled. It's as though, it feels as though we're at a place where we feel as though we've gone as far as we can go for some reason. This is shadow energy, of course. It's illusion. There's a shadow energy within the feminine, which is, this is as good as it gets. And I feel the energy of this, the Shakti energy and Lilith coming roaring and just saying, come on, get back up on your feet. Find the strength your ancestors found for the rights that they fought for all those years ago, whether it be votes for women or anything else. Being taken back to the days of the war where women had to step in and be the cogs in the machine of industry to keep the countries being fed in places such as my own. Women had to go out into the fields and tend to the crops and bring in the harvest. We're so much stronger than we know we are. But there feels as though, and this is, I'm being shown a cloud of manipulation has flown over our earth, where there's a portion of women who are just settling for what is, what they have now. And I'm being shown again that hammer that Lilith showed us. It's time to pick it up again, not for violence, but just to shatter the glass ceilings, to shatter the glass boxes we have put around ourselves that say we can't be more than we already are. We can and we will be. But it's igniting this Shakti force within ourselves, reminding ourselves of the whole potential of the larger feminine collective, but the feminine power within ourselves. So transformation doesn't come without difficulty, without challenging the status quo, without challenging your own status quo. I just get the feeling that it's as though, again, trigger alert, women can sometimes use the excuse of the patriarchy being there for not aspiring to the highest ideals that they can be and the greatest that they can be in any lifetime. I'm just feeling with these three feminine guides coming through that you can do it no matter what. And I know straight away we can be taken to really difficult situations in our world where it's like, well, how can that type of woman living in that type of place with that type of circumstances possibly rise through, what you're talking about? But I'm being shown that the combined force of Shakti, Lilith and Kali is a force to be reckoned with, that can smash through anything. Can you feel the strength of it? Because I can. Let's bring in Kali now. So I do have a Kali spray that I'm going to use here. I don't have a Lilith spray. But let's use the Kali spray. And it's literally like I'm layering these feminine energies on top of each other. So Kali now. Another Hindu goddess. Warrior goddess. Liberation and rebirth. The one who is able to clear the demons from the battlefield. What is the battlefield? The world, life. Relishes doing so. Lord Shiva was the one who had to stop her rampage because she so relished going in and clearing the demons from the battlefield. She goes in with her sword. I'm feeling her energy wanting to cut away the shackles and the binds. It's like bindweed that we've put around ourselves as women. It's as though every woman, she's saying, in many ways, I'm being shown like a, what's it called? Not a shroud. Like a, you know when you die and you have like a, the binding put round you, like a mummified type thing. It's like those type of bindings around us, like a cocoon, but it's ties, it's binding. And Kali's saying it starts young. It starts young. And in some cultures, it starts even before birth, whereby the family find out that it's going to be a girl, and there's this sense of disappointment that it's going to be a girl. So the energy starts to dip before the child's even been born. And in the womb, there is this lower expectation because it's a girl, not a boy. So it starts really from the womb in many cultures, not all, of course. But then I'm being shown birth and the inequality, again, not in all parts of the world, but in some parts of the world, very pronounced. The economic disparity between what a female can achieve and what a man can achieve. But I'm also feeling just this energy of no. The number of times the child hears no. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you won't be able to achieve that. You won't be able to go there. It's as though just this lowering of expectation, constriction, restriction, and it's like this wrapping of bindweed, of these shrouds that I'm seeing. And Kali wants to come in like snip, 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 with scissors, with a sword, and she just wants to remove them from us, remove us from our outer shell, which we in many ways have got used to. It's like a comfort zone energy. It's like, it's okay, I've done quite well, I'm all right. But you could do so much more is what she's saying. So this is true at a macro level in terms of the collective feminine energy, but also a micro level. As an individual woman, we can do more. The power of a woman to create extraordinary change within one family, within one partnership, is immense, she says. And I'm feeling this softer side today coming through from Kali. Maybe because I'm recording this quite near to Mother's Day in the UK, but it's linked into the Kali Ma type energy, the softer energy. It's this mother who believes in her child no matter what, who will bring about the circumstances and the energies and the attitudes that's going to help her child to bloom no matter what, in whatever circumstance as well. Will remain positive, will remain strong, will be that guide, that strong guide. Kali Ma. I'm now getting the sense of her energy. It's like this gentle, soft pulse. It's simmering underneath the earth, but it's going to be exploding soon. It's as though she's biding her time. Her energy is biding its time. I'm being shown the energy of volcanoes, Hawaii in particular, the goddess energy there released through volcanoes. My ears are really hurting again all of a sudden. Sorry, this happened in the last video. What is that? It's like it's like a high frequency energy in my ear. It could just be the sign, a sign that she's around me. I don't know, but I got that in the last video. It's something to do with sound vibration. It's to do with the use of sound. You see, sound can shatter glass. Sound can shatter glass. Glass in terms of the glass ceiling. The sound of women's voices combined can shatter any glass ceiling. Is what I'm feeling. Okay. Right. Where to go now? Let's pull another card. I'm going to stick with this goddess deck because I feel as though there's a fourth energy. So the messages that I've brought through in this video, thank you very much to Spirit for allowing that. Let's just see what else wants to come through. We've got Aryan Hod, time. We've got the energy of time. So is that saying it is time? It is time, I think so, because we've also got Epona, wise leadership. So it feels as though we're being told there is a time coming where there's going to be some very powerful women stepping forward onto the world stage. I don't know yet who they are. I don't even know if they know who they are. I know that sounds a bit weird, but it's as though there's a calling, there's an activation point for some very powerful women to step up. And they will be heard, is what I'm hearing. They will be heard. It feels as though they're across cultures. They're not just from the West, they're from the East as well, most definitely. They are multicultural. They are not of one colour, of one creed, of one belief system, but they share a common calling, activation, that the time is now. The time is now. I definitely feel the Kali energy. It's like this bubbling up energy beneath the surface. Lilith feels, today I'm tuning into her. I know she is fiery, but I'm tuning into her more with regards to the wind elemental. It's as though she feels as like this swirling energy above, swirling energy coming down to swoop. The Shakti energy feels very much of the earth, but in a different way to the Kali energy, which is about fire coming up from the earth. Shakti energy feels as though it's the earth. I used the expression shifting sands recently, but it's that. It's like the earth's, I don't know if it's the right term, mantle, but the mantle cracking. I'm seeing parched, hard earth cracking. The cracking of the earth. I'm also feeling something's going on within the core of Mother Earth as well. There's something there within the core of Mother Earth. There's something with regards to the outer shell of Mother Earth. The Shakti energy arising. I'm seeing, it's like earth, what's it called? Earthquakes. It's the land splitting. Big cracks in the land, steam coming up, but it's more that I'm in the texture of the earth, the land, Mother Earth, the feminine energy, Mother Earth awakening. Maybe it's Mother Earth that creates this clarion call. Maybe it's something that's about to happen with Mother Earth via the energy of water. I've just said water. I wasn't aware I was about to say water. I was going to say fire, earth, air, but now we've got water energy as well coming in. And leadership from the feminine is going to be coming through strongly. And I think as these strong women take their positions in our world, and they're not belonging to the old boys club, they refuse to join, they're just not part of that, then more everyday women on the street, you and me, we remember, we are activated as they are activated. It's as though it spirals from there. This card, Time, card number 3, I want to read what that says because it feels as though there's something there that I'm not quite getting. So it says about not worrying that you're running out of time, that you're leaving it too late. She is the goddess of time. Yeah, it's just what I've said. It's divine timing. We mustn't get too despondent. I mean, I started this video with Lilith showing us this time capsule, worst case scenario, people from the future looking at, us and thinking, gosh, that's what a woman used to look like, is it? And that's what being a woman was. And of course, it's more than just makeup and stuff. That was just a piece of symbolism. It's to do with the essence of what it is to be female, raw power. But it won't be allowed to happen. There's a divine moment when women will stand up. And my goodness, when they stand up, they're really going to stand up. It's going to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Let's have one final card. Got 5 cards. Let's have a 6th card. So the qualities that we've got out are transformation, independence, liberation, time, wise leadership. And let's have one more. Transformation, independence, liberation, time, wise leadership, and adaptability. Adaptability. Card number 1. Okay, well, 1 is the beginning of a new cycle. Call on her to embody your power. Remember, you can effortlessly shift from one form to another and move between worlds without consequence. Trust that whatever you're bumping up against will dissolve through your willingness to simply be with what is and allow the magic to reveal itself. She was a Celtic shapeshifter goddess. So it's the fact that as women, we are able to shapeshift into a higher frequency of what it means to be female. And I feel as though part of what's kept us down for so long is the missing piece of the jigsaw has been this raw Lilith energy, this Kali energy, this Shakti energy, this energy which is like, I'm sorry, you're just too full on. You're just a bit loud. You're just a bit too full of yourself. You're just a bit too much, okay? You're just a bit too much. Can you just, be a bit quieter? Can you just, don't behave like that? Now, of course, within this higher version of what it is to be female, the shadow and the light combined, healed, integrated, acknowledged, the raw energy, the fiery energy, the soft energy, the nurturing energy. Of course, there will be a new framework for that. But it's women that will create it. It's women that will create what is, I don't want to use the word acceptable because it's not acceptable, but just what is best practice is what I want to say. Okay, what is best practice? As a woman, it's best practice to try to be like this. As a woman, it's best practice to try to do that. But it will be us that decides it rather than men saying, as a woman, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. Does that make sense? That's what's coming through. And remember, of course, also we have the guidance of the wide elders to help us as well. and to steer us through these times. So, final message, I think let's go to the charms. I ended my last video on the charms. Let's end this one on the charms. We have the cross, which has actually got Jesus on it. I know it's tiny, you won't be able to see it, but it's a cross with Jesus on it. Let go of the suffering. Let go of the sacrifice. Yeah? Beside that, we have, interesting, we have a bag of money. It's just a little charm, which is a bag of money. So that is also linked into the Judas energy. Where have we betrayed ourselves? Where have we betrayed each other? The Judas energy is also about acknowledging that without the restriction, then you don't learn to fight back, basically. Without powers that were trying to put us in another box, within another box, within another box. That's how you learn how to box. That's how you learn to fight back out of the bag, out of the box, okay? So the Judas energy has a part to play in helping to make us into the diamonds that we are, polishing the surface, basically. You know, abrasiveness needed to create the final cut diamond. So they go together. And then we've got the energy of the moon. So, you know, a nod to the power of the moon to guide us as women as well, the lunar influence, the cycles of the moon, the cycles of being a woman, whether that is your menstrual cycle or post that in terms of menopause, just the cycles we go through as women, puberty, menopause, motherhood, maybe widowhood, etc. Okay, and honouring that with each other, that is a circle that brings us together as women wherever we are around the world. Okay, so I'm also feeling the energy of moon magic there with Lilith. And again, that would have been something where she would have been cast out for believing in that. So many of the women, which were probably us in past lives that were burnt at stakes as witches, they would have been carrying some of this Lilith energy, this bucking the conventions of the day, not being what you're supposed to be as a woman in the Middle Ages. You know, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to believe in that. You're certainly not supposed to concoct that. You know, we're going to burn you for that. We're going to drown you for that. So the whole energy of moon magic coming through here with Lilith, but equally the potions and the lotions she was talking about before. And then we've got the tree, the beautiful tree of life. It's time for us as females to move to the next branch, okay? And to do so quite effortlessly. I'm seeing like these beautiful monkeys or orangutans that are just able to go from branch to branch, and they make it into quite a dance, you know? And they're also able to cover the whole tree quite quickly. They don't get stuck on a particular branch. There's definitely been this energy in this reading, which is that there's a collective feminine wound which has got stuck on a branch of the tree of life, and that's from a place of fear, literally rigid fear in terms of if I move, I'm going to get burnt at the stake, I'm going to get drowned, I'm going to get, you know, stoned to death, whatever it is. But the sisterhood themselves, via coming together with the power of these very strong energies, Kali, Lilith, Shakti, they coax all of the members down from the branch that they're on to see that there's actually more fruit over here. There's more fruit over here. And how interesting that I say more fruit over here, because of course Lilith and Eve and the apple and Adam and that whole thing about you pick the apple and then it's you that's the miserable sinner because you picked it in the first place and made Adam eat it. He didn't have any responsibility for it, of course, taking a bite. Oh no, it was woman. It was woman's fault to do all that. So all of that has to be transmuted as well in this new timeline that we're on, that women are not the one that caused the exile from the garden, that we need to let that story go, basically. Let me just go back into that with Lilith. I think I covered it actually in the first channeling I did with her, but let's just see if there's anything else she wants to say on that at the moment. She's just she's showing me herself, and she's got this apple and she's just like crushing it underneath her foot, and she's saying, who needed it anyway? Because there's plenty more up there. So yeah, I think it's more symbolism in terms of that story has kept us suppressed. And then, of course, if you read Genesis, there's the whole thing about women being then cursed to have difficult births and childbirth being painful. Again, Lilith is saying that is a story as well. It's a story that's been passed down through so many generations that it's become a thing, that it has to be that way. And she's saying it doesn't have to be that way. It can be raw and animalistic, I suppose, is sort of the energy I'm getting from it, but it can also be peaceful and loving. So the stories we tell each other, the stories women tell each other about the big things that matter to us, about, for example, birth and, I don't know, menstruation and, I don't know, all the things that make us female, the stories that we share, there can be an element of heightening the drama, which doesn't help the next generation that come through, okay? That's not to say that some people don't have difficult births, some people have painful births, but I certainly know, having given birth twice, that the first time I did it was definitely more painful, and it was because I had absorbed a lot of the fear of my mother, who told me it was going to be really painful and difficult, and I'd heard all the horror stories, and there was and so my body, of course, shut down and didn't want to behave itself, and spent 30 hours trying to dilate properly, so. And then the second one, I realised I could do it, and actually my body could do it with a bit of coaxing. It was a lot better. That's what I'm trying to say. Women supporting each other. I'm getting the energy of doulas, birth doulas, and but women that support people who are being born, and women who support people who are about to die as well. The whole cycle of life. Because the other thing with the feminine principle is it's this energy of fertility. And it's that which has always been the threat to the patriarchal energy, that women can create life, women can birth life, and men can't. And it's time that we roared back into life in terms of, this is who I am female, I am powerful, I can shatter whatever glass ceiling is around me with the help of these powerful feminine energies at our disposal. They've always been there, and their time is coming. Our time is coming. I personally look forward to it. Okay, that's it for today. Lots of love. Thank you for watching. If you missed the first video with Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary and Quan Yin, I will also link that below, and I will also link my first channeling that I did with Lilith. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Appreciate you. Bye-bye. Here's to the sisterhood, hey? Bye.